Okay, basically this is what's happened. I've had about 5 goes at trying to get this intro right, and it keeps not coming out right. Sorry, mate, Tim. And so what's going to happen is I'm just going to say, I'll just shut up and let's just get on and get this doing, because otherwise I'm going to be here all fucking weekend. So hope you like it. There's a bit at the end of this, if you can stand it that long, there's a bit at the end of this podcast where you get a chance to give feedback and it'll go on the next podcast and blah blah blah. But I'll tell you about that later on. So let's just get on with it. Here we go.
Don't know where we're going, got no way of knowing, driving on the road to nowhere. Sponging for a living, checking out the women, riding on the road to nowhere. And we don't take shit from anyone, the only thing we want to do is have some fun. We're Max and Paddy and Max. And best of all, we don't pay council tax.
Wartime Diaries.
I found my old diary the other day up in the attic. Let me read a page to you here. 15th of November, 1942. I always find air raids exciting. I have no idea why the Jerrys are trying to blow the shit out of us. We hear the sirens and run to Warren Street Station. Everyone runs down our street carrying deck chairs, knitting and sandwiches. Well, some of the raids go on for hours. So we're sitting on the platform now, our parents telling us it will all be okay, when they're the ones crapping themselves with fear. Auntie Grace from 2 doors down always shouts, "Where's Johnny? Where's Johnny?" We all know Johnny's still in their outside toilet at the bottom of the garden having a wank, and we all laugh. My Nan, Nana with the blue door I call her, although it later became Nana with no bloody house. Fucking Jerry's. Anyway, she doesn't have a clue what's going on. World War I sent her a bit funny, Mum said. Well, she looks at us all on the station platform, squeezed together, and she says, "There's no way all these people are going to fit on the next fucking train." Bless her. The sirens stop now, and it's time to go back home.
Craig questions things.
Tonight's question has been asked many times, and I'm going to put this question to rest. It's fairly simple. The question people will often ask is, if a tree falls and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? Right now, statistics show that an area the size of Wales is destroyed every day in like the rainforest and all that crap. So working out how many trees must be knocked down in the day, I reckon if we're going to be conservative, there must be a tree every 10 seconds that's knocked down somewhere in the rainforest. So just listen now for 10 seconds. Here we go. Okay, did you hear a tree fall? No, because you weren't there. So there you go. If you're not there to hear a tree fall, does it make a sound? No. I've got one more for tonight. This is something I experienced the other night. I was, early hours of Saturday morning. We took our daughter to A&E in Kingston. She had a urine infection, but the doctors wouldn't let her go back home until they had a sample. And because they only had this stupid, it was like a mixing bowl. She's like 3 years old and had like a mixing bowl she had to wee in. And of course she couldn't wee in it. It was either that or an adult's toilet. Well, she's used to a potty here. So she kept saying, I'll wee at home. I'll wee at home. It's like, no, you can't, love. You gotta wee here, and then you can go home. Now we got there at 1:30 Saturday morning, and it got to near on 3 o'clock, and she would not wee. So I turned to my wife and I said, look, I'll drive home, I'll get our potty, and then I'll come back, and hopefully she'll go in the potty. This bit's irrelevant, but I'm sure you're worried as to what happened. Took the potty back, and within 10 minutes, she did a wee in the potty, had an infection, got antibiotics, she's fine now. But this is what I noticed, and I've noticed it before. Because I was driving back to the hospital, and I was trying to get there as quick as I could because I was absolutely shattered, as my wife was, and so was my little girl. So it's a case of get there as soon as we can, she can wee, we can go home, and we can go to bed. Now what I found was, because I wanted to get back to the hospital as quick as possible, I'm leaning forward as I'm driving. And I've noticed this before with other things I've done. If I've been in a hurry, perhaps catching the shop before it shuts, or I can't sit back and drive, I'm leaning forward against the steering wheel, as though somehow by leaning forward I'm getting there that bit quicker. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever been driving? Think about it, and if you don't know, think about it next time you're in a hurry to get somewhere. When you're driving along, you want to hurry up and get somewhere. Just notice if you're leaning forward. It either means I'm a twat and it's only me, but I bet it happens to you as well, if you're honest. Come on. You lean forward against the steering wheel because for some reason, by leaning forward, you're going to get there that bit quicker.
Craig's Crank Phone Calls.
Hello?
Oh, is Kevin there, please?
Sorry, no, I think you've got the wrong number. There's no Kevin here.
Can you just tell him Craig's here? He'll speak to me.
Craig, no, there's no Kevin here.
Well, can you call out his name so I can hear if he answers?
What?
Can you just call out his name for me?
Kevin!
Can you do it a bit louder?
Kevin! See? No Kevin here.
Is that 0208 357?
No.
I'm sorry, I must have the wrong number.
Twat.
Thank you.
Okay, wrap it up.
Right, well that's the first one out of the way with. The only thing left to say now is, if you want to email me, the email address is oliverdots@hotmail.co.uk. The email address is on the website, on the Libsyn. If you email your comments, I'll read them all out at the end of the next podcast. And I'll read the comments and I'll read your name out. And you can put whatever you like, whatever you want to put. I will read them all out, and they'll be unedited, uncensored. So if you want to say great show, I'll read it out. If you want to say Craig, what a load of crap, you wanker, I'll still read it out. So there's a chance for you to get on the podcast as well. Hey! Wow. So email me, please do, and I'll stick it in the next podcast. If you don't want your name read out, tough shit really, innit? Bye.
Don't know where we're going, got no way of knowing, driving on the roads of nowhere. Sponging for a living, checking out the women, riding on the roads of nowhere. And we don't take shit from anyone. The only thing we want to do is have some fun. We're Max and Paddy and Max. And best of all, we don't pay council tax.
I think we got it there, don't you?